All right, scoop seekers, buckle up. The news cycle is spinning faster than a bat signal in a hurricane, and we've got the absolute latest, hottest updates you need to know. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown that'll have you on the edge of your seat. From shadowy organizations threatening to plunge a city into chaos, to nostalgic cinematic returns that have fans buzzing, and even whispers from the writer's room about what's next for a beloved Dark Knight. We're diving deep into the stories that matter, the ones that are shaping the future and bringing back the past. Don't blink, don't breathe, because you might just miss it. This is Sheeran's Scoop, and you're about to get the inside track on everything you need to know right now. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single second of this epic update. Let's go. First up, we're heading back to Gotham. A legendary, ancient organization with a sinister grip on the city's history is rumored to be making its big screen debut. We're talking about a group that has operated in the shadows for centuries, manipulating events and pulling the strings of power. Could this be the next major threat for our favorite caped crusader? We've got the intel on who they are, how they operate, and what it could mean for the future of the franchise. Get ready for a deep dive into the secrets of Gotham's elite. Then, we're shifting gears entirely and heading back to a world of vampires, werewolves, and intense teenage romance. That's right. A franchise that defined a generation is making a massive comeback to the big screen. Select theaters are bringing back the entire saga, giving fans a chance to relive all the drama and passion. We've got the dates, the details, and what special features you can expect. Prepare for a blast from the past that's got everyone talking. And the buzz doesn't stop there. We're getting exclusive insights from the very people crafting the future of the DC universe. The writer of the highly anticipated sequel to a gritty, critically acclaimed superhero film has just dropped a major hint about what's to come. Could this next installment actually surpass the original? We're breaking down the comments, the speculation, and what it means for the beloved characters and the dark city they protect. The hype is building, and we've got the inside scoop. Finally, we're wrapping up with more teases and confirmations about that highly anticipated sequel. The buzz is real, and the creative team is clearly aiming for something monumental. We're talking about the potential for new villains, revisited lore, and a narrative that could redefine the franchise. Are you ready for what's next? You know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. Gotham's hidden threat revealed. Matt Reeves The Batman has plunged audiences into a grittier, more grounded take on the caped crusader's early days, leaving fans on the edge of their seats as Batman grappled with the Riddler and the burgeoning criminal underworld led by the Penguin and a scheming Joker. However, the film's exploration of Gotham's deep-seated corruption, exposed by the Riddler's campaign, hints at far more sinister forces lurking beneath the surface. While the sequel, The Batman Part II, is slated for an October 1, 2027 release, and initial rumors pointed towards the inclusion of villains like Hush, a more compelling and historically significant threat might be on the horizon: the Court of Owls. This clandestine society, introduced in the comics by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, is a centuries-old cabal of Gotham's wealthiest and most influential families who have secretly controlled the city's destiny for generations. Their existence, shrouded in myth and fear, is maintained by the Talons, a legion of highly trained assassins. The court's influence is so pervasive that they have been implicated in some of Gotham's most pivotal historical events, including the death of Bruce Wayne's ancestors. The narrative potential for the Court of Owls in a live-action adaptation is immense, offering a complex antagonist that challenges Batman not just physically, but also ideologically, by representing the systemic rot within Gotham's elite. Robert Pattinson's Batman, still finding his footing in his crusade against crime, is in a developmental stage where facing such an entrenched and powerful organization would be a monumental undertaking. The introduction of the Court of Owls could provide a narrative arc that allows Batman to evolve, perhaps even mirroring Bruce Wayne's own family history with the group. Rumors, though unconfirmed by director Matt Reeves, suggest the possibility of Dick Grayson, the first Robin, appearing in the sequel. If this proves true, the Court of Owls would offer a perfect narrative entry point for the boy wonder. His acrobatic skills and potential infiltration of the court as a double agent could mirror his comic book counterparts, providing a rich storyline that delves into the organization's inner workings and its historical vendetta against the Wayne family. This could set up a dynamic where Batman and Robin work together to dismantle the court from both the inside and the outside, culminating in a multi-film arc where the court's ultimate defeat is a hard-won victory, solidifying the Bat family's role as Gotham's true protectors and exposing the deep-seated corruption to the city's populace. The potential for the Court of Owls to be the central antagonist in the Batman trilogy is immense. It would allow Reeves to explore themes of legacy, corruption, and the cyclical nature of violence in Gotham. The visual and thematic elements of the court, their ancient secrets, their deadly assassins, and their control over the city's infrastructure, offer a unique challenge for Pattinson's Batman, pushing him to his limits and forcing him to confront the very foundations of Gotham's power structure. The inclusion of the court would not only satisfy longtime comic fans, but also introduce a compelling new layer to the Batman mythos on screen, making the Batman Part II and Part III must-watch events. Hold on tight, because the shadows of Gotham might be deeper than we ever imagined. Next, we're diving into a cinematic event that's sending shockwaves of nostalgia through the fandom. Twilight's grand return to the silver screen. Get ready, Twihards. The saga that ignited a global phenomenon is making a spectacular comeback. In a move that's sure to send fans into a frenzy, the entire Twilight film franchise is being re-released in select theaters across the US, perfectly timed for the cozy, atmospheric vibes of autumn, affectionately known by fans as hoa-hoa-hoa season. This isn't just a simple rerun. Lionsgate, in partnership with Fathom Entertainment, is offering a 5-day theatrical run for each of the 5 iconic films, starting October 29th. Each screening promises an immersive experience, complete with exclusive behind-the-scenes content, including interviews with the original author, Stephanie Meyer, and the film's producers, who will be sharing untold stories and intimate details from the making of the beloved Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson-led franchise. The term hoa-hoa-hoa season, a fan-coined phrase, perfectly captures the mood of the films, set in the perpetually misty and rain-drenched town of Forks, Washington, a backdrop that became as iconic as the vampire-werewolf love triangle itself. The phrase originates from the haunting refrain of Blue Foundation's song, Eyes on Fire, featured prominently on the first film's unforgettable soundtrack. The meticulously planned theatrical rollout begins on October 29th with the original Twilight, followed by the Twilight Saga, New Moon on October 30th, the Twilight Saga, Eclipse on Halloween October 31st, Breaking Dawn Part 1 on November 1st, and concluding with Breaking Dawn Part 2 on November 2nd. Tickets and specific theater information are available through Fathom Entertainment's official website. The original Twilight, released in November 2008, was a cinematic juggernaut, adapting Stephanie Meyer's best-selling novels and launching Stewart and Pattinson into superstardom. It achieved remarkable box office success, grossing over $470 million globally. The subsequent films, released annually from 2009 to 2012, solidified the franchise's cultural impact, with the 5-film series collectively earning a staggering $3 billion worldwide. This cinematic event coincides with broader celebrations of the franchise's enduring legacy, including Warner Music Group's planned re-release of the soundtracks for Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse on October 31st, and the inaugural Twilight in Concert national tour, which will visit 60 cities from September 12th to November 30th. The enduring passion of the Twilight fanbase was highlighted by Anna Kendrick, who recalled the intense dedication of fans even for minor roles, stating, "The fans of those books are so invested that even if you came into the franchise really late and you had one line, but you were playing a vampire or a werewolf, they're obsessed with you." Ray Nutt, CEO of Fathom Entertainment, echoed this sentiment, calling the franchise the epitome of a modern-day classic and expressing excitement about bringing it back to the big screen for this special engagement. Prepare for a cinematic reunion that's reigniting a generation's passion. But before we get too lost in the past, let's look forward to the future of a dark and brooding hero. The Batman 2 writer promises a sequel that tops what came before. Anticipation is reaching a fever pitch for The Batman Part II, and its writer, Matt Reeves, has just fueled the flames with a bold declaration. The sequel has the potential to surpass its critically acclaimed predecessor. In a direct response to a fan's question on Twitter about whether the sequel could outshine the first film, Tomlin stated, "The only worthwhile reason to make a sequel to anything is because there's a story burning to be told that you believe can top what came before." This statement, while seemingly obvious, carries significant weight, coming from one of the key architects of the upcoming DC film. Tomlin, who is co-writing the script with director Matt Reeves and Peter Craig, is hinting at a narrative ambition that aims to elevate the franchise even further. The details surrounding The Batman Part II, slated for release on October 1, 2027, remain tightly guarded. James Gunn, co-CEO of DC Studios, has already debunked a popular rumor about Robin's potential appearance, adding to the mystique by noting that only a handful of people have actually read the script. However, insights from the cast are beginning to surface. Colin Farrell, who captivated audiences as the Penguin in the first film, recently shared that he was about to read the screenplay. While he anticipates a limited role, Farrell expressed immense faith in director Matt Reeves' vision, stating, "Matt Reeves is so brilliant. I don't know what the story is yet. I just know that obviously Matt has slaved for a few years now to really make something special. And he holds a very high bar for himself. He's so meticulous, he cares so deeply about what he does." Similarly, Jeffrey Wright, who reprises his role as Commissioner Gordon, has expressed optimism based on what he's heard, even without having read the script himself. "I'm liking what I'm hearing," Wright commented. "And I have huge respect for Matt's Gotham-building skills, so I'm excited to jump in there and read what he has, which I'm sure will be rich and satisfying to play, and ideally for audiences to take in as well." This collective confidence from the creative team suggests a strong vision for The Batman Part II. Tomlin's comment, in particular, implies that the narrative will not only continue Bruce Wayne's journey, but will also introduce challenges and developments that significantly escalate the stakes. Whether this means a more formidable villain, a deeper exploration of Gotham's psyche, or a more complex evolution for Batman himself remains to be seen. The focus on a story that tops what came before indicates a commitment to pushing the boundaries of the superhero genre and delivering a sequel that resonates with both critical acclaim and audience satisfaction. With DC currently focusing on projects like Peacemaker, Season 2, and upcoming films like Supergirl, the anticipation for The Batman Part II continues to build, promising a thrilling continuation of Reeves' unique take on The Dark Knight. But is the hype just talk, or is there concrete evidence that this sequel is aiming for greatness? Let's dive into what fans and insiders are saying about the next chapter. The Batman Part II ignites fan excitement. The anticipation for The Batman Part II is palpable, and a recent statement from the film's co-writer, Matt Reeves, has sent ripples of excitement through the fanbase. Tomlin's response to a fan on Twitter, suggesting that the sequel aims to top what came before, has been widely interpreted as a strong indicator of the creative team's ambition. This sentiment resonates deeply with fans who were overwhelmingly impressed by Matt Reeves' 2022 reboot, particularly Robert Pattinson's nuanced portrayal of a younger, more tormented Bruce Wayne. Many, including this writer, found The Batman to exceed initial expectations, delivering a dark, atmospheric, and character-driven take on the iconic hero. The sequel, officially slated for a cinematic release on October 1, 2027, is currently shrouded in a veil of secrecy. While details are scarce, the writer's comment has sparked fervent speculation. Fans are already theorizing about potential storylines and villains, with names like the Court of Owls and Hush frequently mentioned in online discussions. One fan, BJMac10, shared their excitement, speculating, "We know it's the Court of Owls and Hush." Another user, AdeptJ, simply declared, "The hype is real," while Mara directly pleaded for a tease about the new villain, highlighting the community's eagerness for any morsel of information. This fervent engagement underscores the significant impact the first film had, establishing a dedicated following eager for the next chapter. Robert Pattinson's performance has been a particular point of praise, with many acknowledging his ability to transcend previous interpretations of the character. For those who might have initially associated him with his role in the Twilight Saga, his turn as Batman has been a powerful reintroduction, showcasing a remarkable range and depth. The success of the first film has naturally set a high bar for the sequel, and Tomlin's statement suggests that Reeves and his team are not shying away from that challenge. The commitment to delivering a story that surpasses the original is a testament to their dedication to crafting a compelling and enduring cinematic universe for Batman. While the exact nature of the threats and challenges Batman will face in the Batman Part II remains unknown, the buzz generated by these early teases indicates that the film is on track to be a major event for DC fans. The shared enthusiasm online, with comments like, "The hype is real," demonstrates a collective eagerness to see how the story unfolds and how the new installment will build upon the foundations laid by its predecessor. These teases are definitely building the excitement, but what else is happening in the world of blockbuster entertainment? Get ready for a blast from the past that's making a comeback to the big screen. From Gotham's shadows to Fork's forests, the news cycle never sleeps. We've got potential new villains for Batman, a massive Twilight cinematic comeback, and the writer promising the next Batman installment will top the first. Don't miss a single update. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a like if you enjoyed this rundown, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social platforms for even more scoops. Until next time, stay informed and stay awesome.